You heard anything about that?" Rufus's eyes seemed to say, "Nope, not me, not a thing." "I guess it's pretty easy to do when you're a judge, huh?" Chet stood up and moved on, skirting the garbage cans and a big grill, stepping through Mrs. Wilson's flower beds, careful not to trample her prized geraniums. He crept past the back porch, making his way to a set of windows at the far end of the house. He peeked in through the screen. The window was open, the shears fluttering in the light breeze. He made out the curve of a woman in the glow of the nightlight. She lay on her side, her back to him. His pulse quickened, and he almost turned around and left. But he heard his grandmother's voice, more of a feeling than any actual words, telling him to stay. This didn't surprise him. He often heard her, even though she lived hundreds of miles away. It had been his grandmother's presence comforting him on so many of those interminable nights in jail when he felt the walls falling in on him. "Trish," he whispered. She stirred, rolled over, tugging the cotton sheet tighter around her. It was only upon seeing her face that he truly realized just how much he'd missed her. Her goofy smile, her quirky laugh, and he found himself fighting back tears. "Trish," he whispered, a little louder. Her brow tightened, and her bright green eyes half opened. "Trish." She lifted her head, pushing long, curly strands of hair from her face. Her eyes grew wide, and she gasped. She was going to scream, Chet knew it, but the fear on her face was quickly replaced by confusion, and then, there, a smile. And for one moment Chet felt all was going to go his way. Slowly, her smile faded. "Chet?" She sat up, sliding over to the window. "Oh, shit. What the hell are you doing here?" Chet felt as though he'd been slugged in the chest. She glanced back toward the door of her room, horrified. "If Daddy finds out you're here, he's going to shoot you." Chet shrugged. "No, he will really shoot you. I don't have to tell you that." She didn't. He knew well enough that the judge would shoot him because Judge Wilson had looked Chet in the eye and told him that himself, told him that if he ever came near his daughter again, Chet would end up at the bottom of the Sipsey Swamp. And Chet knew the judge would get away with it too, because the judge had lots of friends around Walker County and could get away with just about any damn thing he pleased. "Are you hearing me?" Trish asked, then noticed him staring at the swell of her belly beneath her nightshirt. "It's real," Chet said. She let out a sigh, set her hand on her swollen belly, and gave him a sad sort of smile. "It's real, all right. One more month to go." Chet had rehearsed what he wanted to say next 100, maybe 1,000 times, but here, now, all his artful words were lost. "Trish," he blurted out, "I want you to leave with me." He felt sure she was going to laugh in his face, but she didn't. Instead, a deep and profound sadness seeped into her eyes. "Chet, I can't." "You can. My car is sitting at the end of the drive. I've got things all worked out. Chet, Trish, just listen. No, Chet, you listen." The edge in her voice cut him off. "I can't count on you. No matter how much I want to, I can't." He started to reply. "Stop, Chet, just stop. Do you really expect me to run off to Timbuktu and raise a child with a man who makes his living selling weed, whose only ambition in life is fixing up his old car? Think about that, Chet." "I have. A lot." He pulled out the crumpled letter, the one she'd sent him in jail. "Every day." She stared at the letter. "I'm a changed man." She slowly shook her head. "I've heard that before." He pulled out the ring. Her mouth opened, but she didn't utter a sound. "I sold my car." Her eyes locked on his. "Your car? You sold the Mustang. But Chet, that car was everything to you. I said I'm a changed man. I spent every day since getting your letter thinking on who I want to be, on what I want. I want to be with you, and I want to be with my child, and I am willing